Here's a house right here called the home built between 1857 and 1865 by accessible sponge and lumber merchant Captain John Lowe, 620 Southard Street, Key West. And this is what it would look like on the inside. Amazing model. I've always wanted to do this. A tiny haunted house, everybody. Okay, we're in the Shipwreck Museum now. Here we go, man. This is pretty cool. Vessels onto the reef with false lights from the shore, which some claim to mistake for navigational guides. Might even be some activity down here. You never know. We're 1 foot below sea level right now. To the dreaded reefs, so that they might plunder the cargoes and rob the crews and the passengers. All right, here we go. Different thought eyes often the knowledge of. So where was this silver bar found?
That was up at the Maravillas, 1656.
Okay, yeah, it says it right there. Yeah. And it also talks about cursed treasure right here.
Yes, it actually sank 4 times.
It sank 4 times?
Yes.
Good Lord. Only of 650 men, only 45 survived.
Correct.
Wow, there's a lot of history in here, man. That's just, I love this stuff. I'm wow, speechless. I'll leave that up there for a minute, but I mean, I'm telling you, it's cursed treasure. And this is, yeah, I'm not going to attempt to lift it. So, yeah, I don't want to throw my back out. That's pretty cool. So is there anything with this piano right here and this violin? Is there anything significant with this right here, this piano?
The piano actually came off of a ship that was only being carried by pianos. So when it wrecked, pretty much all the families on the island got one because there was a ton on board.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. This thing's got to be over 100 years old.
Oh, well over.
Man, that little violin right there. That's awesome. I like how they set everything up. That's really cool. Here's a little, we're upstairs now. I'll show you around at the Shipwreck Museum. This is pretty cool, but I'm going to show you this right here. So you see these eagles that are on a lot of ships. Looks like a gold one right there. And so this guy named John Hale Bellamy, 1836 to 1914, was a folk artist who specialized in highly stylized carved wooden eagles and other decorative items for ships and homes during the last quarter of the 19th century. And there he is right there. And this is really cool. Wouldn't mind having one of those on my front lawn. And this right here is Judge William Marvin, the wrecking judge. So, kind of hard to see here. And I did talk to the guy downstairs, and there is activity here. Big surprise, right? Another look around the Shipwreck Museum. Pretty awesome. Wanted to show you all this at the Shipwreck Museum also. So this is a replica of the home built between 1857 and 1865 by successful sponge and lumber merchant Captain John Lowe Jr., 620 Southard Street, Key West. So I don't know if that house is there anymore, but this is a replica of it. So I'll GPS that and see if it comes up. But can you imagine? We got a little table right there. Look at that mirror right there. It's a tiny mirror. Tiny. Look at this right here, man. This is pretty cool. Wow. Little entranceway. Could be a tiny haunted house, everybody. Get a tiny K2 meter. That's pretty awesome. Shipwreck Museum, everybody. All right, everybody, I'm on the top of the Shipwreck Museum. The tower goes all the way up, a few more steps, but this is good enough for me right here. It goes up more, but just to show you, beautiful historic Key West. Look at these old buildings. Look at that building right there. That's the custom house right there. And we're going to keep going. We got two of 6 locations, so we're going to keep walking. Today, the reefs of Florida Keys attract the diver and fishermen with the beauty of marine life. Increased population and tourism bring more vessels than any time in history. Surroundings still occur, and the ghost of the old Key West wreckers will be pleased to see there are still those who hark to see the cry of peril of the sea and rush to save lives and property. And wrecking and salvage will continue as long as man ventures forth upon the seductive seas. Pretty freaking awesome. From the Florida Keys and Coral Reef, Oliver Griswold. Here's a little video of the USS Maine. A lot of history about that ship. Deep submersible helmet right here. This is part they used to salvage the Maine. Look at this right here. United States early diving equipment, 1941.
So danger, swift and immediate, and like I say, you got just as long as you can hold your breath to get out of trouble.
USS Maine Memorial right here. Here's the thing right here. So,
It's dangerous, it's dirty work.
so the Maine is a 66, 82-ton Slate-class battleship built in New York in 1895. So the Maine sailed from Key West, Florida, to Havana, Cuba, to protect the interest during a time of local insurrection, civil disturbances. While the cause of this tragedy has never been conclusively resolved, this serves as a catalyst leading to a Spanish-American War that began in April 1898. A decade later, salvage operation resumed her hulls raised from Havana Harbor. So the battleship was sunk by a massive explosion that killed the majority of the crew. So it says it was resolved. It wasn't resolved. So this is pretty cool here. The mirror with 3 heroes. This charming turn of the 20th century mirror was made to commemorate victories and notable events during the 1890 Spanish-American War. The 10-week skirmish fought in the Caribbean Sea and Pacific Ocean brought about the end of the Spanish Empire. It was a result of U.S. intervention in the Cuban War for Independence. The war was Remember the Maine, referring to the tragic sinking of the Maine in Havana Harbor, February 1589. The 3 men featured on this cool mirror right here. This is pretty awesome. Our Admiral George Dewey, prominent hero of the war, Rear Admiral Richard P. Hobson, Rear Admiral W.T. Sampson were popular heroes of the conflict. This great artifact captures the essence of patriotism in the 20th century. This is pretty awesome. They made a see, Dewey, and then Hobson and Sampson. Pretty cool, man. Well, I have that hanging above your fireplace. That's pretty freaking awesome.
In the best conditions, passage through the Florida Straits between Key West and Cuba was a treacherous maneuver, even for the most experienced captain. In 1828,
and here's some movies about shipwrecks and sea monsters and things like that. And read The Wild Wind. There's some more up here about the things that were found. Ship spike right there. I love this stuff, man. I just love history. Looks like some old pewter plates right there. Hand carved figurines right there in the back. How you doing?
Hello, sir.
God, this is amazing. Wow, this is really cool. Old ship's hot and cooking lid. So these were found from the actual wrecks, huh? That's pretty amazing.
Yes, sir. Right
Wow.
off the Alcazar.
This is amazing. And here's some glass bottles that were found. You know, there's probably some drinking on the ship there. This is really cool. Looks like some. Oh, this was an explosive device. Black powder and the sealing wax traces. Oh, okay. There you go. Another look around right here. This is amazing. All right, everybody, we're wrapping up. Pretty awesome, man. Beautiful Key West, Florida Shipwreck Museum. Old cannon right there. So, thanks for joining me. Freaking awesome. Moving on to location number 3.